Hey, what's up guys? Today, I'll show you a horror thriller film, Mother. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. The movie begins where an uninspired poet, called the Man for short, puts a crystal stone in the remains of a burned house. As he puts the crystal stone in its place, colors emerge throughout the house until the burned house turns into a beautiful house. The man's wife, named the Woman, wakes up from her bed. She immediately searches for the man throughout the house. She looks outside and finds relaxing, beautiful scenery. The man appears behind her and shares that he's still having difficulty finding a new idea for his poetry. Apparently, the man is suffering from writer's block. After that, she proceeds to continue renovating the house. As she's trying to find a perfect color for the wall, she feels that the entire house has a heart beating. That night, the man tries to come up with a single word for his poetry, but he fails to do so. The woman appears to be worried for him. Suddenly, there is an old man called Grandpa who knocks at their door in the middle of the night. It appears that the grandpa is a random stranger taking a visit. The woman is bothered by Grandpa's presence, but the man gladly welcomes him. Grandpa recently moved into their place, and he is trying to look for a room to stay in for the night. The man insists on letting Grandpa stay because their house is too big for them. As a result, the woman is forced to welcome Grandpa despite knowing that Grandpa is a stranger. Grandpa reveals that he is a big fan of the man's poetry, saying that it changed his life. He tries to grab the crystal stone on the shelf. However, the man forbids him. The man says that the crystal is a gift that gives him the strength to create again. Later, the woman wakes up and finds the man trying to assist Grandpa, who is severely drunk. She is annoyed by Grandpa smoking in their house, despite it not being allowed to smoke inside their house. The next day, the man says that he's inspired, knowing Grandpa really appreciates his work. Out of a sudden, there is another unexpected visitor that knocks on their door. It turns out to be Grandpa's wife, named Grandma. The man welcomes her again, since he really loves having a conversation with them. He also appreciates their love for each other. The old couple share that they have 2 sons. The man tells them that they can stay in the house as long as they want. This infuriates the woman, since he did not ask permission from her. After that, the woman continues renovating the house. Grandma asks why she is putting too much work into renovating the house, when they can build a new one. The woman answers that she wants to make it like a paradise, since it is the man's home. Grandma wanders around the house, and she sneaks into the man's workplace. The woman immediately kicks her out of the workplace, since the man keeps it private. She wants to kick the unexpected guest out of their house. But the man says that Grandpa is dying, and seeing him is Grandpa's last. She feels pity towards Grandpa, so she lets them stay. As they are talking, Grandpa and Grandma accidentally crush the crystal stone inside the man's workplace. Because of this, the man is in a rage, and he tells everyone to come out of his workplace. The man is weeping as he picks up the broken crystal shards piece by piece, implying that it is really important to him. The man eventually seals up his workplace to prevent Grandpa and Grandma from going there. The woman suggests simply kicking the old couple away, but the man is concerned that they do not have another place to stay. As the woman decides to kick them out, the old couple's 2 sons barge into the house. The older son is angry that his parents give the inheritance to the younger son. The man calms the older son down, but he continues beating the younger son. Grandpa then feels sick while his sons are fighting each other. The younger son eventually passes out after severely bleeding from the injuries. The older son immediately leaves the house. They bring the younger son to the hospital, leaving the woman alone in the house. The woman begs the man not to leave her alone, but he still leaves. Left alone, she cleans up the mess in the house, caused by Grandpa's family. Despite trying her best to remove the blood stains on the floor, it still remains, causing damage to the floor. The blood flows through the basement. She inspects it and discovers another secret room in the basement, which stores a gasoline tank. As she wanders around the house, she feels that someone is lurking around. Out of a sudden, the older son appears behind her, scaring her a lot. The older son leaves as the man arrives at their house. The man reveals that the younger son died in his arms. He feels exhausted because of the events, so he proceeds to sleep. In the middle of their sleep, the woman wakes up, only to find that the old couple is back at their house. Apparently, the man lets them mourn in their house, together with their family and friends. Grandpa keeps weeping over the loss of his younger son. The man gives him comforting words to help him cope. As they are crying, more visitors arrive at the house, which surprises the woman. The visitor keeps leaving a mess in the house, and she keeps cleaning it up. She warns the visitor to avoid sitting in the sink since it is not yet finished. The visitors are becoming hard to control as they continue to wander around the house. Some of the visitors are even entering their private rooms. She walks downstairs only to find some of the visitors painting their walls. The young visitor keeps sitting in the sink until it breaks, causing water to splash around the kitchen. The mess completely infuriates the woman, and she kicks all of the visitors away. The visitors get out of the house, leaving their mess uncleaned. The woman turns off the water supply to stop the water from leaking into their kitchen. She complains to her husband about the mess left by the visitor. She says that she is rebuilding the house, while the man is not able to write a single word on his work. The man replies he's trying to give life to their house by opening doors to new people and new ideas. In response, she says that he wanted life, but he never tried making her pregnant. After that, the man makes love to her in an attempt to make a baby. The woman eventually wakes up pregnant, and she is happy to announce it to the man. After hearing this, the man feels joyous, declaring the baby to be the most beautiful gift. He suddenly feels inspired to write, and he immediately writes up his words. As he keeps working on completing his poetry, the woman prepares the things that will be needed by their baby. Soon enough, he finishes his work, and he is emotional after doing it. The woman reads it, and after reading his words, she weeps as she imagines her beginning with the man. She says to the man that his poetry is perfect. However, she worries that she will lose him in the process. Just then, he receives a call from his publisher, saying his poetry will be published. Soon after, the poetry became very successful with a lot of sales. The woman then prepares a celebration for the success of the man's poetry. She is expecting an intimate celebration with him. But to her surprise, unexpected visitors arrive at their house again. They are fans of the man's poetry, claiming to be inspired by the man's words. The man tells the woman to keep everything warm to welcome the visitors. She says that she wants to be alone with him, since she's about to give birth to their baby. He replies that he loves her, as he continues to entertain the crowd of fans. She goes back inside, only to find some of the fans already sneaking inside their house. In a few moments, the crowd of fans is already inside their house, and she cannot control them anymore. The man appreciates the crowd of fans in the house, while she is concerned about their behavior. The fans are taking the food and some of the items in their house. They continue to take away anything, claiming that the man gave them permission. The woman tries to control them and prevent them from taking things away. But the scene turns into a looting frenzy as the fans get uncontrollable. She then calls the police, reporting the behavior of the intruder fans. Meanwhile, the man continues to celebrate with the fans, who appear to be worshiping him. Some of them are dancing and chanting around. She tries to push them away from him, but she cannot do anything. She takes a peek out the window, but sees more people approaching their house. She is too infuriated by the scene, making her heart turn black. She walks downstairs and finds fans lining up for a ritual to worship the man. She also finds other fans altering their house. The other fans fight around, causing destruction. The house is in total chaos, but she cannot do anything to control it. She decides to leave, but she feels that she is about to give birth. The man approaches her, and he tries to clear the crowd away to let her go upstairs. However, the crowd is already uncontrollable. Soon after, the police arrive at the scene and try to arrest the woman. The man pushes the cop away from her. In response, the cop pepper sprayed both of them. She continues to walk to a safe spot despite the pain. She passes through caged women and a room where there is a riot between the police and the crowd. She then sees a protester shouting around and men being shot in the head. She weeps as she sees violence anywhere. A soldier tries to call a medic for her, but the soldier gets instantly shot. She crawls through the pile of bodies until the man finally finds her. The suffering people in the house feel hope as they see the man. They help the man and the woman to reach upstairs so she can safely give birth. The man lets her inside their room and he pushes the crowd away. He seals the door to prevent anyone from coming in. She finally manages to give birth and the baby turns out to be a boy. The man and the woman are too happy to see their baby. They wonder why the crowd outside becomes too quiet. He opens the door to check and the crowd gives them a gift. She begs him to let the crowd go away since they adore him. He talks to the crowd and they give gifts to their baby. He says to her that the people outside want to see their baby. He tries to get the baby from her, but she refuses. She eventually falls asleep while feeding the baby. She wakes up and to her surprise, the baby is already not in her arms. She frantically walks outside, only to find that her husband is presenting their baby to the crowd. She tries to get the baby from him, but the crowd manages to grab the baby away. The crowd hands over the baby to each other while she keeps trying to get the baby back. She eventually reaches the end of the crowd, and she finds her baby completely mutilated on the table. The crowd behind her eats the flesh of the baby as they continue to worship it. Out of her rage for the death of her baby, she starts stabbing everyone using a glass shard. In response, the crowd beats her while they are degrading her. The man arrives to rescue her, and he apologizes to her. However, the man insists to her that they need to find a way to forgive the crowd. He convinces her to listen to the apologies of the crowd, but she cannot take it anymore. Her heart loses all of its love, and she declares that the crowd is murderers. Suddenly, she takes the lighter off the floor and runs to the gasoline tank in the basement. The man tries to stop her, and she decides to burn herself and the house. But the man fails to convince her, and she thinks that he never loved her. She then sets the gasoline tank on fire, causing herself and the crowd to be burned. The man eventually carries her burned body throughout the burned remnants of the house. She asks him who he is. He answers, "I am I," and she is home. He then says that he will take her back to the beginning. She begs him to let her go, since she has nothing to give. He replies that she still has a love inside her. He takes her heart out, and inside her heart, the crystal stone of creation emerges. He puts back the crystal stone in its place, and color once again emerges in the remains of the burned house. In the end, everything is back to the beginning as the house is fixed again, and a new woman comes to life. The movie is considered an allegory for the relationship between the creator, nature, and humanity. The man represents the creator, the woman and the home stand for Mother Nature, while the visitors of the home depict humanities. The man puts everything into existence, using the crystal stone that signifies nature's love. As a Mother Nature arises from the ashes, she nurtures everything, which allows man's creator to develop. The man is always welcoming to humanities because he gets inspiration from their stories. He loves the fact that humanity is idolizing his works. Since the woman greatly loves the man, she follows his wishes to welcome humanities into their home. Despite nurturing and welcoming humanities, they commit sinful and destructive acts in their home. The man continues to tolerate the actions of humanity as he greatly loves them. His tolerance eventually leads to the total destruction of everything. The man reveals that he created things imperfectly, allowing for destruction to take place. It is then revealed that destruction allows for the possibility of recreation, which is the sole purpose of the man, and without destruction, the man has nothing to recreate. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.